And man, sometimes you just wonder if you want a business or a roller coaster. Like one day you're on the top of the stinking mountain over here. You're thinking about getting a couple more trucks on the road. Things are going great. Profit is at an all-time high. You've never had so much revenue flowing in, and then boom, nothing. Crickets. Silent phone, trucks parked out front, not moving, not making money, just costing you money. Now you're thinking maybe you might even have to lay somebody off when you were just recently thinking about hiring on some more techs. This happens to a lot of people. And the reason that this happens is because there are seasons of influx throughout the home service industry. And it doesn't really matter which industry you are in a home service businesses and many other businesses as well. But it doesn't really matter which industry you're in. There's going to be influxes of times that you're busy, and then there's going to be times that you're slow. You already know that all these times happen, but the main thing is you're not sure how to apply it to your business. There's all these marketing avenues that you can take. Well, this video, I'm going to boil it down. We're going to make it super simple. And I'm just going to explain to you exactly all the levers that are in your possession. Stay till the end, because at the end, I'm going to show you a couple that kind of just do a lot of things for your business, not just one thing. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to look at this right here. So this funnel right here is going to explain everything that you need to know about your business and how you should move forward from here to basically eternity. So this is going to be your customer journey, okay? So most of you guys, you're actually out here and you're just really just focused right down there. You're focused at the very bottom of the funnel. Now, these are the people that are like, oh shit, right? So these are the people that are freaking out because they have a problem. They're ready to buy and they need to buy right now. And so this is what a lot of you guys focus on. And you're just waiting for the phone call, somebody say, hey, can you come over to my house and fix my problem? Hey, can you come over to my house and do this, do that? Whether you're an HVAC, whether you're a plumber, this is what a lot of you guys, the only thing that you're focused on. And that's great, because that's the reason why we have the top of that roller coaster. However, when you're only focused on that, you're going to come down the roller coaster, right? Because there's all these other levels. So you've got the middle and you've got the top of your customer's journey to being a customer. Right here, that's where all the money comes out. Yeah, that's fun. That's awesome to think and go for. However, you're an HVAC guy. Say it's 70 degrees outside. How many people are saying, oh shit, I need to get somebody out here to fix something right now? Well, that's the problem you're seeing right now, is because there's not a single freaking person that's at the bottom here. And so that's going to rule out the need to do any of the stuff to get those people to come out of the bottom, because there's nobody in the bottom. So why are we trying to get people out of the bottom? We're not, right? Hopefully that makes a little bit of sense. I will dive into that a little bit deeper here in just a second, as soon as I extrapolate a little more out of this funnel. So with you guys that are relying primarily on the bottom here, a lot of us rely on that referrals, myself included. Referrals are freaking awesome. They are a great thing for your business, and you should push for referrals. But a lot of guys, they only go off of referrals. And so they've got right here. So this is the middle of the funnel. Now, these are those people, typically the people that are sitting in the middle of the funnel are those people that they either know about you, they like you, they trust you, which that's where the referral comes in, because now somebody knows, likes, and trusts you because somebody else knows, likes, and trusts you. They told them that, and so now that trust and knowing, liking is passed on. But these people aren't really hot to trot. These are people that are like, I might buy something at some point. These are people that are open to hearing about how, things might benefit them, or they're willing to be pushed down to I probably should give this guy money. phase. So these guys are basically just I might buy something at some point. So they're in like an information phase. They just either know of you, or they don't know of you, but they know of their problem. Okay. Or they know of a potential pain that might happen in the future. Like my system's 20 years old. I might need to replace it before the summertime hits. And so they might be out looking for pricing, trying to get further educated on, what system they might need. But they're not like, oh crap, my system's not working today and it's 95 degrees outside. That would put them at the bottom of the funnel. But right now they're up in the middle because they're still just like trying to figure out what their game plan is, how they're going to move forward, if they should move forward, all that kind of stuff. So these people are running searches or asking questions online a lot of times, or like I said, they just know about you. They just don't have a pain yet. We can attack this level and get people to push down even further to the I'm going to give you money phase, right? But you have to know that they're in that middle phase and what their thought processes are in that middle phase in order to push them down further. And again, we're going to get into that here in just a second, but we have the top part of our customer journey funnel here. They don't know about you, and they might not even know that they have the thing to even have the pain for. Meaning, they might not even realize the fact that they have an air conditioner. They just know that it feels good inside, and they have a thermostat on the wall. So it depends on the scenario. Now, a lot of people realize that they have an air conditioner, but they're not even thinking about it. Like, it's not even in the top 5,000 thoughts going through their mind because it's just either working or it's nice outside. And then also on top of that, they don't even know that you exist currently. They have no reason to know you. They have no reason to like you, and they have no reason to trust you. So they haven't moved down into the middle part of the customer journey. And so this is where most people are. This is where like 99.9% of the people actually are. Nobody knows about you. And most of them don't even know that they have a pain to even know that they need to know about you, if that makes sense. But we can attack that too. And really, in order to have a strong business, a business that flows year round, we really have to be constantly attacking all three levels of this. I know everybody wants to attack that bottom level, and that bottom level is freaking fun, man, because that bottom level is what puts profit in your business. That bottom level is, what funds the company vacation. The bottom level is a freaking blast. But the problem is people aren't always at the bottom level, but we can get them there. All right, so now how do we get the customers through this journey and out to the bottom to that fun stuff where the money finally comes out of their pocket and into ours? Well, we'll start right at the top. Let's start pouring some customers in. So these people, like I said, they don't know about you. They don't know that they even have a pain in the future, any of that stuff. So these people, they need to be educated, and they need to get some touch points. We need to get some touch points. Okay. So they need to know about our business. So we're going to go right up here. So we're at the top of the funnel. This is, like I said, like every single person out there. You might think that people know about you, but nobody knows about you. You might think that you are the talk of the town, but I promise you, nobody knows about you. Like, you're a fraction of a fraction. So 99.9% of people are sitting up here, and we need to, for one, give them some touch points. They need to see our branding. So we need to be branded. For starters, we need to be branded. It is very, very important, especially this day and age, that we rock a brand. Okay. And so I highly recommend we rock some wraps for your van. Now, don't get me wrong. You can't just slap the business name on the side of a van and then throw your logo up there and be like, we're set. That doesn't draw any attention. That doesn't build a brand. You're not gaining any awareness around your business. This needs to be vibrant. It needs to be something that people turn their heads to try to see what the heck that was. is something that people come up and they want to take pictures next to your van, right? So they're going to see these vans that turn freaking heads all around town, and that's how you brand. They don't know who you are. They don't know your brand. They don't know anything. They don't even know that they have a problem. But they're going to start knowing about you before they even realize that there is a problem that is going to exist at some point in time. Branding is going to be highly important even when we go a little bit further down. But there are other things that we can do to raise the awareness levels. Be posting constantly on your social media. It's completely free. I recommend you get a Facebook and you get an Instagram because you can just use Meta Business Suite. You're going to post from your Meta Business Suite to both Instagram and Facebook at the exact same time. No extra work, any of that stuff. As long as it's just like an image or something like that, you can post to both of them. So why not? I also highly recommend that everybody start up a YouTube channel. Go ahead and start up a YouTube channel. It is amazing the things that you can do, and I will explain that in a different video because that needs to be highly in-depth. But start up a YouTube channel, and we'll start making some videos for that, and we're going to get some customer testimonials going on that too at some point in time. And then we're going to link to the YouTube video from a whole bunch of different locations. It's going to be a whole thing, but start the YouTube channel, okay? All right, so we're still right up here. We're posting, we're gaining awareness. Before I tell you another one, well, I'll double back to it because I'm going to tell you another secret element. It's not even secret because I freaking say it all the time. We'll double back because I've got a tip that's going to be a little bit later on that's actually going to kind of just cover the entire gamut here, and it should be done. If you're not already doing it, you should be doing it because, like I said, it's going to cover pretty much most of the. Honestly, this entire area is going to cover everything. So stick around. Anyway, over here, we're at the middle. All right, middle funnel. These people, they either know about you, maybe their mom referred them, so you've got either a referral or they know about you because you strongly branded to them prior, or they've seen your social media posts or something like that. But now they either know about you or they know about a potential problem. Now, it's not a pain necessarily yet, but they know about it, okay? And so they might be in a research or informational stage. Once we know that, now we can target that. And so what do we do to target these people that are right in here? So these people, this is where I typically recommend we go to so you can start running Facebook ads, because Facebook, inherently Facebook, people in pain, like we got to have that stuff right now. They don't go to Facebook to try to run a search to figure out what heating air company, right? No, they go to Google. So those people aren't what we're targeting on Facebook. What we are targeting are those people that might be sitting over there like, man, my allergies are really messed up today. And so they happen to see one of our ads running across their face that says, we do such and such for indoor air quality, whatever indoor air quality products that your business happens to stand behind. And so you'd run an ad for that. And so what happens is if somebody's over there with, they're sneezing and all that stuff, got a tissue on their nose, they're flipping through Facebook, and all of a sudden they see your ad and they're like, oh, well, okay, I didn't know, I wasn't thinking about that, but let me go ahead and click into that, get some more information. And then we might have just shoved them down. Now, a lot of people are going to say Facebook ads freaking suck. And that's the reason why they think Facebook ads suck, is because they're used to everybody being at the bottom of the funnel. The Facebook ads people aren't at the bottom of the funnel. Inherently, they shouldn't be at the bottom of the funnel, because nobody goes to Facebook looking for an ad scrolling through their feed about something that they're like in pain for right now at the bottom of the funnel. No. So Facebook ads, you're going to get more mess. There's going to be lower quality. They're not like, I've got to get it fixed today. However, you're getting a lead on your lead list. And that's another way that we attack this middle area right here, because we could take the lead list, or we can take our past customers and send them texts and emails. Try to reactivate them into the business, or try to reactivate them into the business for the first time. These texts and emails, they can be, we already know where these people are at, right? So they're right up here. They're not down here. So how do we talk to somebody that's up here? Well, we talk to somebody up here, like somebody that's up here. So this is going to be, they're in the educational phase. They don't even know that they have a problem yet. So we need to create the problem. Don't get me wrong, they have a problem. They just don't know it exists. They know about you because you have the information. So we've already got that part out of the way. They should already know, like, and trust you. So that's why they're in the middle. They just don't know they have a problem. So we got to add that in there so they get to the bottom. Hopefully that makes sense. So now we just have to think about how are we going to word this where we make sure that we let them know that they have a problem. Hey, cedar pollen's up super high today. We just installed a couple of air scrubbers at your neighbor's house and wanted to give you a 20% offer. You've been on our list. We've been thinking about you, something like that. And they're going to be like, oh shit, the cedar allergies have been jacking me up. I need to give that guy a call and at least figure out what's going on. Bloop. Bottom of funnel. And because you sent them an email, send them a text, whatever. You have a freaking list. Use it. If anybody's ever called you before, you should have their phone number and you should be getting their email. A lot of you guys aren't getting their damn emails. Get their email on the call. First thing you do, you answer the phone. You say, hello, who is this? And then you get your first name and last name, right? And you say, oh, okay. What's a good email address for you? And what address is this at? Okay, how can I help you today? Boom. You've got the email address. Get the email address. Email address is valuable because you can email these people constantly. Not constantly, you don't want to do that because they'll get pissed off, but you can email them to fill in the gaps and get them from here, get them from the middle, drop them all the way down. Boom. Right? There's other things that we can do in this middle level. Now, I don't recommend you do some of these, but I will just explain them. But I don't think that the ROI is there personally for a lot of this stuff. But it can be good because some of these will be like both of them. So some of these will be top and middle. Okay, so that can be good. So I do recommend, I like the branding stuff. I like the awareness, and I like putting money towards pushing the business out there, not necessarily towards like trying to get a call sold right now. I do like that stuff. But in this scenario, we could go to TikTok. We can go to Snapchat. Start running ads over there. If you have your YouTube channel fired up, we can go over to YouTube and start running some YouTube ads. Your competitors, most of them are not running YouTube ads. But YouTube ads are like, you can make somebody know, like, and trust you because like literally like see your face. Anyway, and SEO. So SEO is going to get it out there. So when somebody is running a search and they're like, what kind of things can I use for my home to make sure that I don't have these allergies? You can have a page dedicated on your website as far as the fact that you sell and the reason that they should pick one of your IAQ products over another, blah, 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 blah. So the SEO can still move them down to the next level, right? Now the SEO, everybody needs to be focusing on their SEO. And now whether you're focusing, I don't, SEO is just trying to get, your business ranked in searches. And so there's a lot of stuff that you can do that's not SEO as far as people will call it. I call SEO SEO. So like if you're getting benefit as far as your rankings are concerned, I consider that doing SEO on your business. Now, some people will do some SEO that I don't think is a benefit to your business, but it is technically called SEO. However, what are some SEO things that you should already be doing? Well, you should be uploading images of all your work, right? Well, your customers will probably want to see a whole bunch of extra work. And so if you're uploading images of your work, this is doing SEO. If you're pushing Facebook posts out, if you're posting on Facebook and you're starting to get some traction on Facebook, what happens is people click into your Facebook and then they actually go to Google and they run a brand search for your business, which happens to do really good things for your SEO. And so even without like spending money and doing all this, like the stuff that you're doing on the outside is going to be building your SEO. We're going to drop down to the bottom of the funnel here before I give you the ultimate tip, which is going to cover pretty much the gamut and really drive a lot of traffic, and nobody's still listening. It's funny. So definitely stick around. We're going to show you something else, but now we're at the bottom of the funnel. So what touches bottom of the funnel? Bottom of the funnel, we're still at the SEO stuff. The SEO stuff now for your home service guys, the SEO stuff is geared towards your Google business profile ranking. Okay. That is what people click on when they are hot to trot. When people need something fixed and they need it fixed right now, they don't go looking for your website to read up on you. They go to your Google business profile, they click a button that says call, and they are talking to somebody or they are calling your competitor. And so it is highly important, if you made it all the way, got somebody all the way down to the bottom of this damn funnel, make sure that you answer your phone so that you can make the money for all the effort that you did to bring that person all the way down here. Answer the phone, okay? Because if you don't answer the phone, that's going to hurt your SEO. And that's exactly one of the ways that we can gain a competitive edge, because a lot of your competitors don't answer the phone either. Don't know why. If you run a home service business, make sure you answer the phone. If you do not answer the phone, make sure you have a backup plan installed, whether it be texting the customer back, which I actually recommend that your backup plan be an answering service, whether that be AI or a VA answering service. I don't really care. I prefer it be a human being. Some of these AI things are getting decent though, and decent beats the shit out of nothing. So answer the phone or make sure you get something that's at least decent, okay? Doesn't matter what it is, just make sure that your customer does not immediately call your competitor, because that screws over your SEO. All the hard work that you did to get up there, you just tell Google immediately, I don't deserve the customer. I can't even answer the damn phone. So answer the phone. All right, cool. Now the other things that we can do. Google LSA. Now, one of the things that I didn't tell you, so there's Google PPC ads, and Google PPC ads can be good for kind of the middle stuff. And what Google PPC ads are is pay-per-click, but what it is you're trying to get somebody to click into your website, okay? Now, these can be good. I don't actually recommend them for most of the home service businesses. I never recommend pay-per-click. They're a pain in the ass to do, a whole lot more work to run, and you really have to have your website dialed and the conversions dialed. And there's just way better avenues than PPC. So we're not doing PPC, but if we were, I would be doing it for the middle guys. Not really so much for these guys down here. Okay. There's maybe some like gray area in between these two levels that they know that it needs to happen, but it's not a pain. It's bad enough to where they have to like get it right this moment. Maybe I'll run some for those terms. So you do negative keywords and all that kind of stuff just to dial in and make sure that you're tackling the proper part of the funnel. Okay, save a whole bunch of money instead of trying to tackle the whole freaking funnel or just trying to attack the bottom of the funnel when you're doing PPC. Okay, you gotta attack the areas that it really shines in. Personally, PPC is more of a middle of funnel kind of thing. Now, bottom of the funnel, Google LSA ads. This is the very top. This is the cream of the crop right up at the top. Oh, Google LSA ads. I do recommend that everybody set up their Google LSA. This is bottom of the funnel, though. You need to understand bottom of the funnel means that there are people out there with an active pain. They're looking right now, need somebody to fix it right this moment. They'll click on a Google LSA ad. Now, these same people are what will click on your Google business profile had you done the SEO properly. And actually, more of them will click on Google business profiles than they will the LSA ad. A lot of people don't like to click sponsored, myself included. I'm going to go down and see who actually legit belongs to be there. But that's just me. So if you've worked on your SEO, you've worked on getting your Google Business Profile ranked, this is where you shine. Bottom of funnel, people have an immediate need. Oh shit, let me fix that right now. That's the same time Google LSA works. So if your SEO is not working good enough for you, but people are actually out there in a pain right now, fire up the Google LSA, and that'll actually help your Google Business Profiles too, because you'll end up getting some people clicking into there. And so it ends up building it all up. Anyway, on all of these levels, branding is of vital importance. If you are sitting outside with some badass like van wrap that's all pink and black and has a panda on it or something, looking at you, Chris, that turns some heads. So people are going to be looking at you. And so if they're down here at the bottom of the funnel, you're parked at the next door neighbor's house, they come home and it's hot as shit. They look back outside and they say, I'm going to call that guy that's like right there with the panda. Boom. Branding. Branding's great. So focus on your branding. It goes all levels. That was not the main tip. So pretty much one of my number one recommendations, and it is not even in a digital aspect, but it helps all of our digital aspects, like pretty much all of them. And it helps. So joining and being active in your local chamber of commerce. So you're going to get SEO. So like it's a super, super strong SEO benefit for being in the local chamber of commerce. Google's going to know that you're in that area because only people that are in that area join the chamber of commerce, and only the people that actually give a crap about the community are the ones that are in there. So major authority signals. So if you're not in the chamber, and if you just join the chamber just to get the link to your website so that you can get that authority, that's perfectly fine too. But if you actually use the chamber, you get branding from this, because now you're showing up, you're wearing your logos as you're going to these networking events, you're talking to people and explaining, and they're asking what you do and how you do it, and they're applying it to themselves. You're moving people down the funnel, okay? They're not necessarily going to be like, oh my gosh, I'm so glad that you came to the networking event today. It was 115 degrees in my house when I left this morning. Like, you're probably not going to run into a lot of that. All we're talking about is activating all the levels of the funnel and keeping that 99.9% of people that don't even know about you yet, just getting them moving down the funnel. And then it's cool because we're pushing more and more people into the top. We're pushing them down. And we know how to activate them at all the other levels. Now, some of this stuff can be cheaper. One of the other cool things about the chamber is we can push them pretty much all the way down, the entire way. As long as you're active in the chamber, and they have some marketing things that you can do as well in the chamber, which is going to further get your brand out there, because not everybody goes to the chamber events. However, you're shaking hands, you're getting more referrals. You're having to shake hands with the people that happen to run the city typically, so they know a lot of people. So you're getting more people brand awareness, right? You're getting more people shoved down into your funnel. Now they know about you. Now we're just looking for people that have pain points, right? And as soon as they have a pain point, what happens? Well, hopefully somebody in the chamber mentions you, or hopefully they know about you because of something, maybe you did an advertisement or a sponsorship or something through the Chamber of Commerce. Anyway, Chamber of Commerce, if you're not doing it, like, you should be. you should be. And honestly, you should be joining all the chambers within your entire service area. Some of them get kind of expensive, so take it easy and just hit your main ones, the main focal areas first. But people are still sleeping on the Chamber of Commerce. And then once you join it, dude, there's a ton of free events, or there's like go eat lunch networking events kind of thing. Like, go to them. And then there's other things where they're like teaching you classes and stuff. Like go to all of these, because every single one of these, you might be paid $20 for a lunch over there that actually has a class involved. You shake, 12 people's hand. You're wearing your company stuff so that people know who you are without you having to say anything. It will naturally drum up the conversation. You'd be surprised at just how much momentum that gives you. But everybody just wants it to just fall in their lap. They just want to sit there and hope that eventually, people will be back in that bottom of the funnel again. And then we can just, oh man, it's going to be lights out, bro. Like, that's not how this works. You got to get it. You got to make it happen, dude. You got to get more people into the funnel. So that when it does actually just hit the fan, like it is lights out. Hopefully that clarified a little bit. Once you know where your customer is, it's really simple to get them to go down a little bit further, because you know exactly what they're thinking about, or they're not thinking about, for that matter, and what they should be thinking about. Just cater to your customer, and everything just falls right into place. Even when you're building like your website stuff. Like, what are we building our website for? Well, we're building it for the Google Biz Profile. Why are we building it for the Google Biz Profile? Well, because it's at the bottom here. Okay, so people that hit our Google Biz Profile, if they go to our website, what kind of a mindset are they in? Well, if they go to our website from the Google Biz Profile, they're not in a I need to buy it right now kind of thing, because those people call. So most likely they're in the right in between the I'm going to buy it now and I need more information. So they're just trying to fill in a little bit of gaps before they finally pull the trigger. And so right out of the gate, you need to be addressing the fact that they're right in between those stages, and you happen to be able to help them out. Anyway, just keep pushing people down the funnel, man. Just keep them coming down the funnel. If you'd like me to look into your business sometime, we get on a Zoom call. I will go through it and tell you exactly what the problems are, what's holding you up, what SEO things that you can be doing to get your business in position before all those people finally start filling up that bottom of that funnel. When people start filling up the bottom of the funnel, it's going to be too late. Book your strategy session right now. Let's get over these hurdles and get you in position to have a breakout 2026. If you want to start getting your Google Business Profile dialed in for the season, make sure that you watch that video next, and make sure that you subscribe, because we're dropping more value like this. We're going to help you get those customers through that funnel and into your bottom line. We'll see you next week right here on YouTube.